Can you believe it? We're actually back. It's been, what, 2 weeks now?
I feel like longer than that.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks because I was going to do an NBA episode with Jonah and release that before I left.
And you did do it. It just didn't record.
The Zoom recording didn't work. So
2 hours of your life you'll never get back, I guess.
I guess so. We're just going to have to go back and do that NBA podcast again.
Yeah.
But we're back. I was in San Francisco. Your boy, biggest 49er fan on the face of the planet Earth. Got to see Levi's Stadium. Absolutely insane. Got to see Apple Campus. Pretty sweet. It's
we
like
also
a
went
utopian
to the Warrior game.
Yeah.
And
we saw the Warrior
Steph.
Blazer game. Look at me, man.
It was a whole week of funness for you.
Feel like I was kind of like in the Bay Area, but not really actually in the Bay. Dude, it's crazy, dude. Bianca, okay, this is a little bit strange because I'm like doing this podcast for my class, but also for just regular all gear, no game. So it's kind of sick, but I have way more structure than I usually would. So I have a bunch of premeditated plans that I'm about to get through, but we have to, it's like a tradition. I saw a bunch of movies. I saw Uncharted and I saw The Batman.
Yeah.
Bianca only saw Uncharted. But really quickly before we get into this, we need to rate them. Bianca, would you care to explain a little bit that little story?
Well, him and I both, for some reason, we like to give ratings to movies every time. And we didn't even see this movie together. He saw it when he was with his friends.
I just want to see for Tom Holland.
And yeah, I just love Tom Holland. But he asked me for my rating and I said 6.8. And he was like, bro, that's literally what I rated it.
It's a solid movie. But I cannot believe out of all the random numbers, 1 through 10, we both said 6.8. And that's exactly what it was, in my opinion.
I think it was a 6.8. Exactly a 6.8. Like, that was the most, like, best
not
rating.
Not quite a 7, and it's a solid action film.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
As for Batman, I'd give it an 8. I didn't
see that. I want to see it.
And who knew that it wasn't Edward Pattinson? It's Robert.
You thought it was Edward?
Oh yeah, I
you
messed
thought
up.
His name was Edward Pattinson.
He's just a vampire to me. A vampire playing Batman though. That's kind of wild.
That's what I said to you. I said, isn't it weird that he was a vampire and now he's playing Batman and both of them are related to bats?
Not as good as Christian Bale, though. We're going to have to go see it together.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to rank the Batmans right now and ranking Catwoman's right now.
I'd give it a solid 8.0.
I don't know who my favorite Catwoman is, though. I love Zoe Kravitz,
though?
She did good.
Yeah, really good. Really good actor.
Now look at the camera. Interesting.
She's a good actor. How does this all tie into UFC 272 and the UFC? Let me tell you right now. Where did Bianca go after she saw Uncharted?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wings, beer, deportes. So you got to catch the main event, which is crazy.
Literally, we walked in right as like 2 minutes before the main event was starting, and we were in Corvallis, Oregon, which is where what's his face fought at.
The 5'4" baby Colby Covington wrestled at Oregon State University,
or where he wrestled at. So it's kind of cool because everyone was going ham for him.
Which
not
is
me though.
Crazy because he's a wild card there.
Yeah. Well, some people weren't rooting for him, I could tell. Like, but it was cool though.
Because people are hardcore Jorge fans.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. But no, it was really cool to catch the fight there with it everywhere, and it was insanely packed, and we literally got sat at like a 2-seater and just had to pull up a chair, and like we were the last table available at the entire place.
They make cash off that.
Well, because they also were doing a $5 cover charge because they were showing it, but because we only watched the last event, they didn't charge us, which was nice.
We missed the Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy fight, and then we got back after seeing Batman. I watched Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira in the car, which is crazy. And then I watched
Kevin Holland fight. For some reason in my head I heard Tom Holland because you said Uncharted. Sorry.
Oh my god! I asked Bianca, "What was your favorite scene?" And she's like, "Oh, when he was like training and doing pull-ups on his bunk pad."
And then when he had his shirt off.
I stole some good songs from there, though. It was a good bar fight
you and
scene.
I always love the soundtracks of movies.
I love how we can talk about movies, but we never spoil them.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, no.
Yeah, so let's start from UFC 272. We're gonna quickly recap what went down, but first of all, I guess since Bianca, the only fight she saw
is the main event.
Can you believe Jorge though, like literally, I texted Bianca as soon as that happened in the fourth round when he got cracked. Wasn't seeing that happen at all, but it's so strange. Like, what were your
when
thoughts?
Colby got cracked?
Yeah,
yeah. No,
I got up out of my seat and I lost my mind.
Colby kept hitting Jorge so hard,
And
or
it
not
didn't
even like,
faze
and
Jorge.
it wasn't phasing him, and like he was like smiling afterwards.
I know.
Like multiple times he was like grinning. So I was like, you could tell that Colby's power is not matched to Jorge.
No.
Like, because Jorge got hit way more than Colby, but when Jorge was hitting Colby, it was like he was gonna get put out if he kept getting close.
I was watching Chael Sonnen and I was really confused because Colby was severely damaged.
Oh yeah,
he was stunned and wobbled, baby. And Jorge didn't
dropped to his knees.
Jorge didn't follow up.
He didn't.
He didn't recognize how hurt Colby was.
No.
If he would have followed up and just maybe threw a couple more punches,
like it could. But then there was also times that Colby didn't follow up to Jorge.
Dude, there were some times when Jorge was shelling up, and I'm like, bro, if you just threw a couple hooks, you could easily break his guard. And
he wasn't.
Like, as he was just shelling up. If you're just throwing, like, trying to go around his hands, dude,
I don't know. There was definitely parts where I was like, everyone was like, why wasn't he staying in position, or why was he doing that, or why did he stop punching him for like I think Colby's stamina is bad compared to Jorge's too. I feel like Jorge's better stamina.
Sometimes we say things on here that aren't true.
Kellan,
Colby's gas tank is one of the best in the UFC.
He was literally like giving up. He stopped punching Jorge when he could have kept going. He would literally just stop,
and then he would take him down, and then he would maul him. He mauled him the whole fight.
And yet it went to decision because his punches aren't as hard as Jorge's.
Jorge didn't win a round.
He should have won the round that he almost knocked Colby out.
Colby was doing work that entire round.
Bro, he got dropped to his knees.
Colby took him down like whenever he wanted to.
Colby's just not very strong.
He held Jorge down against his will.
What?
He held Jorge down against his will, guy. Come on, Bianca.
Dude, I don't think Colby's that strong.
Bianca just doesn't want to give Colby credit.
Okay, Jorge hit Colby probably one fifth out of the amount of times Colby was getting hit and almost knocked him out. So who's stronger? Jorge is what I'm saying.
Then when Jorge is getting held on the ground, why didn't he just stand right back up if he's so strong?
What do you mean?
When Colby was on top of him for the entire fight, why didn't Jorge just stand right back up?
I'm saying his knockout power is stronger than Colby's.
Yeah,
not his physical strength.
But Colby's in such good shape that he gets touched. He get absolutely tagged on the chin, and what did he do? He took a knee, stood right back up, and kept fighting.
No, I know. I'm not saying he got knocked out, but I'm saying he almost did. And if Jorge,
any other fighter would have been out cold.
Oh yeah, but if also Jorge had a little bit more, he touched Colby a little bit more, Colby would have also been knocked out.
Maybe if Colby didn't maul him for the 3 rounds before that, he would have had a little more juice in the tank. But obviously
it wasn't enough because he didn't get knocked out or tapped, and he tried choking him out like 4 times.
No, he didn't. He wasn't trying to choke him out.
He was literally trying to get under his chin.
He was doing that to piss him off, bro.
4 times, bro.
He was never behind the back. You could have never sunk in that choke.
Because he couldn't, because Jorge kept his chin down.
No, Jorge. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but Colby was just never like in a good position. He never took his back fully.
Yeah.
I guess that is credit to Jorge.
Yeah, for not letting him take his back fully.
Yeah. I don't know. It was strange. I thought he was going to get choked out in the first round, but
I did too, honestly.
It was a wild fight, and
he was kind of turning a little purple.
I was scared because Colby, it was just a really strange night of fights overall. Just
because you didn't like either one of them. I feel like you didn't really want either one of them to win.
Yeah, no. If there was a way for both to lose, that'd be fantastic. And you know what?
I don't like either one either.
What's up with Colby Covington, his beef with John Morgan? It's like, dude, these guys got to pay their bills too. It's like Colby's one of the most divisive fighters.
What did he do? What did John Morgan do?
John Morgan asked him questions, and then Colby doesn't answer him. He says, drop down and give me 10.
I hate him.
He's big and stuff, and yeah, because he's like a fatter reporter, but like it's just so jacked up because Colby, he called Dustin Poirier some rude names after the fight, and
yeah,
all Colby does is just he's in his act the entire time, and then he gets mad just because it's an
act, bro, and that's where you and I are different.
An act, but I just think it's kind of hypocritical of him to get mad at reporters for writing stuff and then asking him. None of the reporters like kissing up to him. They're just asking him random questions, and then Colby that doesn't want to answer. I'm like, it's stupid. It's like Colby, like, bro. But at the same time, it's like, is it part of his shtick? I don't know.
No, he's just an ass.
Because I'm pretty good at like telling and deciphering like whether or not he's being just
like a facade,
an idiot or not, or just trying to get a rise out of people. I'm pretty good at like just letting it blow over if he says something stupid or if he's being, but like I just don't like how he's mean to some reporters that it's like, why? Like, I get him calling out an opponent because that's like the point, like the name of the game. Like you talk shit and then you fight. It kind of just irks me the wrong way when you're being mean to the reporters. Like there's some,
it's unprofessional.
There are some reporters that are scumbags for sure and be mean to him, but like
John Morgan is not one.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, dude. It kind of made me mad, but it's okay, you know, because Colby got dropped. He's got dropped 3 times in the last 2 fights, so
he's not as good as
he's
he
not
thinks
invincible.
He is.
He's not invincible, and we're gonna get to. Let's jump into this. For each of the winners on the main card, I picked out who I would want to see them fight next, which is my one for Colby. Since we're already on the topic, I guess Gilbert Burns versus Hamza Chimaev got announced, and Hamza is an absolute killer. And as much as Colby and Kamaru Usman want to just blow him under the, like, just say he needs to do more work, Hamza's gonna go through Gilbert Burns, and I am 1,000% positive on that. And then what's after that? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go Colby versus Hamza, and Hamza, he's gonna beat Colby Covington, dude.
Yeah,
Colby gets tagged sometimes. What? It just makes me so excited because there's gonna be new blood. Whoever fights Hamza at 170 pounds, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. What is wrong? You want to get something off your chest?
You said something funny, but I don't want to say.
What did I say?
I can't say
Why
it.
not? Bring it back up. What did I say?
It's inappropriate for your class.
Oh.
So I can't say it. I'll tell you after. But,
The listeners going to catch on? Do the listeners know what I said?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll rewatch it back. No worries.
All I'm
that's
saying
a good
is
pick, though.
Hamza Chimaev, after he beats Gilbert Burns, I'm not dismissing Gilbert Burns at all. I'm just saying Hamza Chimaev cannot be stopped. This man's just so good. His stand-up is equally as good as his ground game, and his ground game is exponentially better than everybody else in the division. But Colby Covington, his wrestling is so... His transitions, and like even when Jorge got out of some sticky situations and tried to grab a leg of Colby did such a good job just getting out and scrambling and then putting Jorge in an even worse position than he was prior. So Colby versus Hamza, it's going to be wild. Colby gets tagged though. Never seen Hamza get tagged though. Hamza takes people down whenever. I could see how sick. Colby maybe could potentially get taken down. I don't know if Colby's going to be able to take down Hamza. How good is Hamza's gas tank? Because Colby, as we know, he has a really good gas tank. As long as you're not talking to Bianca about that, because Bianca doesn't think he has a good
everything about him
stamina.
I think is bad. So, but maybe I'm a little biased.
Yeah, Hamza versus Colby. Early prediction: Hamza. Dude,
I like that. Anyone that can beat Colby, I'm happy about.
What do you think? Renato Moicano, why'd you take the fight versus RDA? I mean, you got a paycheck, but at some point the corner just got to... This is actually one of the main points I want to talk about here, dude. What are we doing here? Like, if you're seeing your guy with a whole eye shut closed and he's lost every single round, maybe 10-8, maybe throw in the towel, because it's not worth seeing your guy lose 7 years off his life to just get the same thing. Like, RDA, the announcers were literally talking about it. You're lucky he's a nice guy. He basically turned it into a sparring match. He was just touching him a little bit. Renato, valiant effort. He was tagging him a little bit there in the end on the feet.
Who was this between?
Rafael dos Anjos versus Renato Moicano. Renato Moicano was, RDA was supposed to fight Rafael Paziv. But yeah, Renato fought like a couple weeks ago, and then he stepped in on short notice to fight RDA.
And just got annihilated.
Basically, yeah. Because they're just not on the same wavelength.
Ugh, that's tough.
Yeah, but Renato's an absolute beast. He stayed in there. He had some moments, but RDA is just too good. And to run it back, dude, this is the 3 options. The Conor fight, not seeing that happen. Even though he's talking about it, I'm not seeing that happen unless Conor truly wants that fight. But there's way too much money to be made with a potential another fight with Dustin, a title fight with Charles, or Nate Diaz trilogy fight. But here's who I think RDA needs to fight next. Ready? Mateusz Gamrot. It'd be fantastic. It would be a fantastic fight because RDA, he loves to change levels, and RDA basically just he has really good stand up, but he loves to take people, like whenever he starts getting tagged, he's gonna blast. He's gonna grab both of your legs and put you on the mat. But Gamrot does the exact same thing, so it'll be a really interesting clash of styles. We'd have to see who's better on the feet, because I don't know. RDA's wrestling is hella good. That's why I really wanted to see him fight Islam. That fight needs to happen. I think that like Islam and RDA, their paths are like looking like, I don't know if that's gonna if they're bound to fight anytime soon, because they're gonna remake the Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev fight. And so RDA versus Gamrot is solid. I think that's a good step up in competition for Mattel, because he just beat Diego Ferreira, who's obviously like been one of the best at lightweight. But I would really want to see like if RDA can get past a Mattel Gamrot, who I think is bound to fight for the title next year. If RDA can get past him, he's legit. There was just a few points in the fight where it was concerning how much he was getting touched up by Hanato Makano, and it's like if you're getting touched up by a guy like Rafael Fiziev, like if Rafael Fiziev connected the way that Hanato was connecting, it might have been a long night for RDA. Like RDA he is susceptible to getting tagged, so that's why I wanted, when I was watching it with my friends, family and my friends, I really wish they could have got to see Rafael Fiziev fight RDA, because Rafael Fiziev, he's an instant UFC fan maker, because the way he fights is insane. He just throws spinning techniques. I mean, and then you blink and a guy's laying flat on the canvas. Like, I mean, basically, dude, like if you don't pay attention, yeah, there's so many good fights at lightweight, dude. We didn't even get to talk about Joel Alvarez, how I thought he was an absolute god of a man. And then what happens when you run into Arman the Tank Sarukian, the freaking Armenian superhero? This is getting way off topic here. But here's what we got to say right now. In the lightweight division, who is sturdy enough and who's built to beat Islam Makhachev? And I think there's only one right answer here.
Which is?
Arman Sarukian is the most equipped fighter to beat Islam Makhachev. And even though they have fought in the past and Islam beat him, this is a completely different Arman now. This Arman has even bigger legs, even bigger arms, even better stand. No one's beating Arman Sarukian. You're putting him. He's not going to lose. If you put Arman Sarukian against Charles Oliveira right now, I'm going to probably take Arman. This is a hot take right now.
Dang.
But there is probably 0 guys in the division more well-rounded than him. And you know how scary it is to look at a Joel Alvarez who's 6'3" and just runs through a Thiago Moises, who's one of the most promising prospects in the light heavyweight division? God. It's terrifying. But you know what Arman does? He looks him straight in the eye and says, dude, I'm going to take you down and I'm going to elbow you into an oblivion. You should have saw Joel Alvarez's face, dude. He was
scared.
Straight up Red Cross blood donation. Like, it was crazy. This was like the week prior.
Damn,
to this UFC 272, but he's the most impressive lightweight on the face of the planet Earth, and he's only number 12. Let's run through this. He'll beat Greg Gillespie. He would take Conor McGregor and absolutely grab him and just split him in half. And
my God.
He would dismantle Dan Hooker. He would take Tony Ferguson and just.
So is he gonna fight all of them then?
Oh yeah, Arman Sarukian is the most equipped to beat anybody else he will beat everybody in the division. There's 0 persons that are going to beat Arman Sarukian from here on out. I promise you that.
I can't believe Justin Gaethje is number 1.
He's a savage, dude. You know what would be a fantastic fight? Michael Chandler versus Arman Sarukian. Make that happen right now.
You think that should come first before Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Michael Chandler wouldn't be down. Higher, though.
You know how hard? No one wants to fight Arman. Have you seen him? Have you actually seen him?
Will you show me? Something in my...
When we were talking about in prior episodes, like who we would want to be a superhero, who has the most superhero body, it's Arman. He's probably like the most yoked fighter. I don't even know how to spell his name, dude. Here, check this guy out, dude. He's an absolute god. Okay, wait. I want to see if there's any. I know this isn't probably the best television, dude. Look at that. Look how much blood is coming out of Joel Alvarez's face. That's all him. God, it's disgusting. He landed this ferocious elbow, dude. She's not even looking.
Sorry.
She's not even looking.
Your present is delayed. It better come tomorrow.
Guess who's going to crack open a bottle
Guess
of proper
21st
12?
is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
His 21st birthday is tomorrow, and we're going to celebrate this man's...
Look at that. He's looking straight up into Joel Alvarez. Zero fear.
Gosh.
I love him.
Yeah, no, he's scary looking.
Okay.
He does have a body of a Superman, though. Of a superhero.
Superheroes wish he had his body, dude. And that's a fact.
Is he your man crush?
No.
Tyler, when we were in Buffalo Wild Wings, was asking who your favorite fighter is.
I don't have one.
I couldn't say.
I have too many favorite fighters.
That's what
it's
I was
probably
like.
Mel
You like?
Sickbag
I
is
said
higher
that
end.
you like a lot of Hawaiians. Yeah. I said mine is Robert Whitaker.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
But that's probably not your number one.
No, I don't have a number one fighter. I have like top 10 favorite fighters in like each division.
Different divisions, yeah.
Okay, so we got RDA versus Gamrot, Colby versus Hamza. Sergey Spivak looks so good against Greg Hardy. I want to see him fight Andrei Arlovski. Andrei's like on a 3 or 4 fight win streak. I think it would be a good fight for Spivak. Spivak, I think people are forgetting how good he is just because he stepped in on short notice against Tom Aspinall, but Tom Aspinall is a future heavyweight champion of the world, so it doesn't matter. Okay, here's next segment topic, okay?
Okay.
Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira. Kevin Holland, it was a competitive fight through the first round and stuff. Alex Oliveira, he shows up ready to go. Like him and Nico Price, those guys, even though you might count them out, they could be on a skid or something, but they always come and bring an exciting show, and that's what Alex Oliveira is. But like, this is what I'm going to say right now. Having Kevin Holland in the 170 pound weight division is a game changer. And I think with a win, like over a top guy that's maybe on like a streak or something, and I'll name a contender here in a second that he could fight, that would be exciting. But Kevin Holland, his ability to just change a fight's whole entire court, like the Alex Oliveira fight was close, and then what happens? He cracks you with his long levers, and he has the ability to just shut your lights out. And like, I just think his length and attributes and the way he's already felt 185ers is going to be a game changer at 170, because it's going to be harder to take him down. He looked really good. Like, he looks more comfortable, and when a guy takes him down, he seemed in this fight to be able to scramble to his feet better. And like, granted, Oliveira might not be like the most physical guy. Like, he's obviously not like Colby Covington or like Kamaru Usman, but I just really think Kevin Holland, he has the potential to become a champion at 170, just because it doesn't matter how the fight's going. You've seen it with Derek Brunson in the Derek Brunson fight. Like, he could be getting taken out, he getting mauled or something, and then all of a sudden, bam, he tags you on the chin, and it just, I think it's going to catch a lot of guys off guard, and people are going to probably not respect him as much as they should, and then he's just going to tag you, and then he's going to put your lights out, dude. So like, and especially, I think it sounds like really cliche and like obvious, but I really do think that him being at 185 and training and fighting guys and having experience against dudes that are really big and strong is just going to be, I think that's just going to play into his favor big time at 170 pounds, because there's a lot of guys that know how to grapple and stuff, but if he can just find a way back to his feet, he has the edge against every single person at 170 on the feet. I don't care if a guy's more technical than him. I don't care if they may, like, I don't know. Like, I just think that Kevin Holland has he's the most dangerous welterweight contender. And when he gets, there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be lining up to fight him. Like, the only reason people want to fight him is because it's exciting. It brings a bunch of eyeballs. But besides that, you're in trouble. But if you can just find a way to get him to the ground and nullify all of his striking, like, good on you. But as soon as he gets back to his feet, it's going to be crazy, especially against some of the guys that are more like fit for the division, like a Colby Covington or something. Like, he's like perfect size and stuff. But Kevin Holland, if you try to get inside on him and he just throws a knee or an uppercut or like a front kick to the face, like, he's going to be an absolute game changer. It's going to be so much fun to watch his progression. And I know that D-Rod had like a hand problem. I think he got surgery, but how fun of a fight would that be though? Like a Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez fight. D-Rod, he looks like Bianca's uncle. I think that would be absolute a banger fight because D-Rod, he shows up to bang every single time. He's got such good boxing, such good takedown defense, but we wouldn't have to worry about this fight going to the ground because Kevin Holland.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it would be a main eventer. It would be fantastic. Okay, last one that was on the main card. Bryce Mitchell, absolutely fantastic performance against Edson, dude. Like just held him. Yeah, Barboza. Like it's crazy watching Bryce Mitchell hit mitts and stuff. He doesn't look too impressive on the feet, but he is an absolute gamer when he gets in there. He tags guys and he dropped Edson Barboza. Like there's not a lot of people on planet Earth that can say that they drop one of the best strikers that has ever fought in the UFC, dude. So like this is why we gotta go.
This is why
we gotta go. Calvin Kader, baby. Calvin Kader versus Bryce Mitchell. This is the fight to make because we saw Calvin Kader. He kind of threw Giga Chikadze off his rocker when it went to the ground. And Calvin Kader, he's a good wrestler. Obviously, you can't finish the guy. He's fantastic. Some of the best boxing in all of MMA. And he's never been finished. And what does Bryce Mitchell like to do? He likes to finish guys. So. What? You have a dirty mind. No, dude, but it would be a fantastic fight. Calvin Kader versus Bryce Mitchell is the fight to make. And then I was thinking Jalen Turner versus Joel Alvarez, dude. That would be fantastic. But also Brad Riddell versus Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner is actually finding his step. And what I also wanted to say is this fight card is full of dudes that you just can't overlook. There were so many fights that people got a decision. Like, you can't forget about them. One being Mikhail Olashezik versus Dustin Jacoby. Do not forget about him. Mikhail, his boxing is fantastic. Don't forget about Yan Xiaonan just because she lost to Mahina Rodriguez. That was another close fight. And don't forget about Jamie Malarkey. Just because he lost to Jalen Turner, that guy sticks in there. He finds the target consistently. And it's just really tough when you have anomalies at a smaller weight class, when you have guys that are 6'4", 6'3", like Joel Alvarez and Jalen Turner at 155 pounds, because it's just so hard for certain guys to match up unless you are insanely good at one specific skill. And because they could be less skilled than you, but just because they have these insane attributes, it just automatically puts certain guys at disadvantages. So that, like, same with Thiago Moises, like, he's a fantastic fighter, but it's all about the matchups, man. And Joel Alvarez just had too many. He just was too imposing, and that's what basically Jalen Turner. He's just too imposing for a lot of the guys in 155 pounds. And then last but not least, I think Mahina Rodriguez versus Yan Xiaonan. Yan Xiaonan looks so good after getting basically mauled by Carlos Barza. This was a great matchup for her. Mahina, she might have got lucky with the decision here, but I think that was the best fight on the card. Like,
really?
They were so good, and I'm happy, like they were talking about on the broadcast, that Mahina Rodriguez and Yan Xiaonan were like on national television and not on the main card, because they just got even more exposure and they just showed how good the strawweight division truly is. Like, it's one of it's the best division in the women's side of the UFC, but it's also, I mean, skill wise, like pound for pound, it's
cool.
It's up there with like the men's bantamweight division and like lightweight division. That might be a lot to say, but like if you actually watch them, there's killers there, dude. Like, people that can put your lights out, people that are insane on the ground to submit you, and then just obviously like well-rounded fighters. But yeah, I think Mahina also should get a title shot after this. I think she's gonna definitely, like, I really think that she's the best matchup to beat Valentina, or no, not Valentina, Rose, Thug Rose.
Oh yeah,
but maybe
I like her.
Yeah, you could even do like Zhang Wei Li too against Mahina, and then have a number one contender fight. But then if Zhang wins, it would be kind of tough because they've already fought twice or whatever.
Then yeah, I feel like she should fight Rose.
Yeah. Okay. Really quick, let's get into this.
Is this for the next card? The card this upcoming Saturday?
Yeah. But okay, guys. So we were gonna originally do a little preview of the Ankalaev versus Santos card, but I think we're just gonna wait and do that for like the Wednesday fight night. So this was a sick little recap, and it's kind of like a little matchmaking game. I'm interested to see what the rankings are gonna look like in I guess tomorrow, or when this comes out, the new rankings will be updated. So that's my future job, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a little UFC 272
so we'll be
recap.
back on Wednesday with another preview of the Ankalaev for Santos card.
This Saturday, upcoming Saturday's card, right?
Yes,
On
yes.
the 12th?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sir. Thank you, guys. It's good to be back. A little bit rusty because we haven't done this in a while, but we're
Wanted to
back in the
like
zone, baby.
do a slow little
Gradual.
catch up.
It's fun to be back behind the mic. Okay. Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye.